Filmmaking is important to me because I come from an Asian background, and to see familiar faces on screen provides a lot of empowerment and especially increase of self-esteem, because a lot of the media has been westernized, and to navigate or see familiar faces, familiar colored people on screen gives us validation that we belong in this world, and gives us validation that our stories and voices can be heard as well. And through films with the different techniques and different styles of films, it essentially provides eye candy for the audience, but consciously, in a deep level, it gets them thinking about the themes, the message of the story. And that's why filmmaking is important to me. And to especially create stories and characters in powerful settings where the fourth wall is broken is unbelievable. I think that's magic. It's just like playing a game and you're just invested and hours just fly past. If films can get to that level of breaking the fourth wall, then that is a very important storytelling message that the whole world should see. And it's magic as well. To see characters go through tough situations you've never seen before, you've never thought of before, and to translate that onto the screen and see that initial reaction on the audience's eyes or faces is unbelievable. It's magic. Of course, there are some factors or variables that interrupt or impede on that, like for example studios who try to make the film more marketable, so they tell you what to do, and because of that you lose your original voice. But you just have to constantly keep fighting. I have not had any experience yet with that, but I know for a fact that because I come from an Asian background, coming from Western Sydney, I have a lot of stories to tell to my parents, to my friends, and filmmaking is what I chose. And to see a 2-hour movie, 2-hour story, engaging the audience all the way, the audience wants to go to the toilet, but they don't want to, they want to see what's next for 2 hours. It's something remarkable and something that only courageous people can do, because there are a lot of things that will impede that original voice. But to have the courage, to have the boldness, to have the audacity to do that in Western Sydney is like a daring to-do list. That's why I chose filmmaking, because of the thrills of the hard work involved. I do feel seen as a human being watching films, because we can relate to the characters. But in terms of producing magic on the screen, relating to the character's personality, but put him in a problem where he has to be out of character in order to solve that problem. And that's, I think it's beautiful to see, and especially it parallels with the human experience as well, where our toughest situation is when we have to get out of character in order to solve the problem. For example, I'm a very logical person, but then someday I will have a problem where using my heart will get involved, and it will conflict what's right and what's wrong. That's an example of being seen as a human being on screen. I think more Asians should be able to produce more films, especially coming from Asian parents who don't respect that field that often. And because Asian parents don't respect that field, stories won't be told. And that is why I think there should be places where stories, Asian stories or colored people stories, should come into fruition, and push them into fruition, and try to keep that original voice. But I do think more Asian filmmakers should believe in themselves. I know it's hard, it's a hard industry. I do think more Asian stories need to be told, because ever since COVID-19, we face a lot of racism, and a lot of people don't understand our culture. You can like it or dislike it, but just first understand our culture, and then you can make your judgment. Definitely Asians need to get more resources in order for their stories to be told. What Maria Tran is doing is brilliant, where she's providing resources in the Fairfield City Council area and sparking, that initial joy with playing around with the camera gear. It's all about play. It's all about finding your voice. And it can be very hard, and with resources, we can help Asian filmmakers grow and have fun. With my future projects, it's actually a funny story. So initially I got into filmmaking with watching action films with my dad, but I've somehow lost that on my way to making films. I realized that I've lost my original voice. Original inspiration of why I got into filmmaking is to make action martial arts films, and working with Therese Chan or Maria Tran has made me realize that. And so in the future projects, we'll see where the martial art genre goes. And I have a short film that I'm trying to write. It's on the second draft, and it's a martial arts film. And we'll see where the martial arts action genre gets me. Who knows? But that's my future prospects for now in the film industry. Starting out is very, very, very hard in the film industry, especially as an Asian, because Asian parents don't generally support this type of job. So it's very hard. And after my first film, I was like, oh crap, I can actually do this. This is actually achievable. But of course, it was a lot of stress. It was so much stress. For my documentary, I had to get different temples, different notable people. But that's what you have to do, that grind. And as a newbie, you tend to work with friends more, but try to push out of that comfort zone and try to find more people, network. That's my advice for some newbies out there. Just try, and maybe one day you'll surpass me, but who knows?
Just take your time, it's alright.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Action.
Yep.